Hello, Galaxy! I'm Chris Pirillo, and as of this very moment, I am sitting less than 24 hours away from seeing The Last Jedi. Okay, maybe almost 24 hours. A little over 24 hours as of this very moment. But about a day away from seeing The Last Jedi. I'm very excited. I plan on doing 2 reaction videos. One video, a reaction video, will be in this channel. It will likely be live as well. But that one is probably going to be laden with spoilers. I will warn people tomorrow. The other reaction video I plan to do is going to be almost immediately after seeing the movie and then doing that video in my car and uploading that to another YouTube channel. I think that's possibly the best way to approach that issue. The best way to approach this, and I don't want to say it's an issue, but I have too many things I want to talk about. I don't even know if that's how I'm going to play it out. Either way, I am going to react to seeing The Last Jedi in one way or another. So I wanted to talk about the best toy for 2017, and there have been a few that have been compelling. I love all the figures. Certainly am an adult fan of Lego, and I would love to pick one of those. But I wouldn't necessarily say that any one of them was a standout. I've picked up quite a few new Darth Vader items, collectibles, quite a few items for the house. But in terms of toys, the ones that, I would find a great amount of play, I'll just put it to you this way. I ended up sending my pick of the top toy, which I also happen to have another one of right here, to my brother and his family. I thought it was really neat. It also happens to be my top tech toy for the year, Jedi Challenges, which this one shipped to me upside down. I don't know if you noticed that. It's upside down. I haven't even had a chance to open it. I've been so busy with other things. But with this, it's not VR. It's not virtual reality. It's augmented reality. And you put the headset on. You put your smartphone in there. You charge up the lightsaber hilt. You put this little marker or beacon on the floor. You put a couple batteries in it first. And effectively, you are inside a virtual world. You can still see your surroundings, so it's not exactly virtual reality, but in front of you there is something that's augmented reality. So to give you an example of augmented reality here, if you've got a Pixel 2 XL, they just toggled this feature in software the other day, AR stickers. It launched with Star Wars characters. So I've got my AT-AT driver right there. What I can do is I can drag a stormtrooper down into the scene, and he landed right there on my desk. I don't know if you can see that. And he can interact with other objects that I place on the desk. So I'm going to place BB-8 right there on the edge. And at times, if they are standing close enough together, see the stormtrooper kind of looks down. I don't know if you can kind of see that there. I'm sorry, I was. Oop, got it. You got to point it the right direction. But you see how that there's not a stormtrooper or BB-8 there. They're virtual objects, augmented reality, and so that's effectively what you have in Jedi Challenges, although this is more interactive, not just a photo. It was fun, and I could see myself playing through all the levels on this. I didn't at the time because if only I had time to play with toys. I enjoy collecting toys. These are my favorite things. But in terms of a most compelling toy experience, this is a winner. And my 3-year-old daughter, Jedi, saw it and she said, "Oh, I want to try it." So I put the gear on her head, and she kind of freaked out. She's like, because she saw Darth Maul and some battle droids. She's like she thought they were really there, and the fact that she believed that they were actually there, I thought was kind of neat. She was a little frightened, but of course we allayed her concerns, and she was fine. But it was realistic enough for her to believe that they were there. But I had a lot of fun, fighting off laser blasts and swinging the lightsaber hilt around, not knocking into objects, not getting motion sick. But I was happy that I was able to send one to my brother and his family because he's got 3 kids who I know are just going to love this, and then he also does things at his school that he would see a use for, because there's a lot of interactivity, and I know a lot of people love technology. This as a collectible, however, I'm not so sure I see the value in that, but I do believe it has staying power. It was fun, and not exactly this photorealistic, obviously this is box art, but it was compelling, it was immersive, and I would expect that it continue to improve over time, so long as I don't drop the box on the floor, break everything inside. No, I doubt it. It's pretty much solid state. Well, there are moving parts, I guess. You could do lightsaber battles, strategic combat, and play holochess. So anybody up for a game of Dejarik? I have not done that one yet. I've only lightsaber battled, and I had enough fun with that. I know that ultimately I would wear that battery down, every battery, because you have to charge your phone, you have to charge the headset, you have to put batteries in the beacon and batteries in the hilt. So it's a lot of charging going on. So it's definitely not something you play through in an afternoon, but it is a lot of fun, to play, which I think is amazing for a toy, what a toy can and should be. I'm very critical when it comes to technology choices, and this was I would say out of all of the toys, I think this would be one that I would recommend. Of course, but understand, I would recommend any Star Wars toy. My choice for best is possibly not your choice, but some people are looking for more direction that you're not going to find on the average store shelf. There's a lot to choose from, and a lot of it may not, have as much play value. But just understand that I'm still a figure guy. I love the figures. Like the action figures are number one in my book. Lego, yes. In fact, I haven't had a chance to open this one today, but it was gifted by Randy Kay in my community, and it arrived today. The massive set of Stormtrooper accessories with the Stormtrooper, First Order Stormtrooper there. In fact, I don't know, is that a first gen or second gen First Order? Possibly second gen. You can tell with the sharpness of the bridge on their helmet. But it's got just about every accessory you could possibly want for a Stormtrooper, which is nice, especially if you're into toy photography, which I am. Maybe not taking so much as I am watching what other people do with this kind of stuff. Either way, it's very, very nice to have. That's always a number one in my book. But a number one toy for 2017, I got to give it to something that kind of went over the top. But not something that I would necessarily recommend that you collect. Technology is a horrible thing, absolutely horrible thing to collect. Nice to use, especially when there's a crossover with Star Wars. Inevitably, those are my top choices. If Star Wars crosses over with something, yes. My favorite showerhead, the Darth Vader showerhead, or the R2-D2 one. My favorite coffee press, the R2-D2 one. Just assume. My favorite anything, my best anything, is going to be Star Wars related, no matter how good or bad it is. The fact that it's Star Wars usually satisfies my Star Wars bone. Yeah, I do. I have a Star Wars bone in my body. Some people have argued that every bone in my body is a Star Wars bone, which maybe that is the case. Maybe that's true. I don't think I have midi-chlorians, though. I just have the bones, the Star Wars bone. It's connected to the Lucasfilm bone. Or so I've been told. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope everybody enjoys the film, if you haven't already seen it. I certainly, as I said, looking forward to it as well. I will be able to sleep tonight. I am kind of tired, if you couldn't tell. My energy level's a little zapped. But thank you for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you for following me and liking and sharing and commenting and subscribing. At this point, however, I'm going to leave you to your own possibly non-AR devices. May the Force be with you.